A happy autumn equinox to all of you. I hope this video finds you well. I have two specific messages from Spirit or the angels or guides or masters or whatever it is that you believe in. I happen to work with all of them and the elementals as well. I have two specific messages for fall of 2020 to share with you, and then we'll pick a medicine card or two or how many ever fall out of the deck to add to our message today. We are certainly in the midst of a lot of change, deep change right now, and I know it can be hard to stay grounded and centered through it all. And a lot of the advice that we've shared over the prior months in these videos still apply and can still be helpful for you. So you may want to go back and take a listen to any of the ones that you're guided to hear again. The first message from the angels for fall of 2020, or whatever that season is wherever you are, here in Connecticut, it has turned to fall. The first message is that in the midst of chaos, again, it may be hard to stay grounded or centered, and you might not always be feeling great. You may not always be able to find that peaceful place within yourself or that spiritual connection. So it may be hard to feel the support from Spirit, although they are still very much with you and around you. So you may not get those large aha moments, but you will be able to notice the small synchronicities that are happening. The angels say as we move forward through fall, you're going to find those small synchronicities even more prevalent for you. So stay aware, notice the song that comes on the radio that has the message that you need, or that chance meeting with someone that you needed to hear from, those types of things. The cardinal outside your window that brings a hello from heaven. Stay aware of those small synchronicities. They may seem small, but it is your reassurance that Spirit is still here, is still present, is still flowing within you, and to give you that sense of support and that sense of validation. I have to share this because it was so amazing. I was driving home one day last week and I was feeling exhausted. I just so tired, so exhausted. And I was literally just thinking that to myself, how tired I am and how I'm looking forward to getting home so I can rest. And I turned on the radio, and I have Sirius radio in the car. And I see on the screen the artist name is Rose, which is, of course, my name. And the song is "Are You Tired?" question mark. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, yes, I am. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for hearing me. I'd never heard of that artist or song before, but there it was with that small, seemingly small, but really important message for me at that time. So I'm hearing from the angels, all of us are going to have that moving forward through fall. The second message that I was guided to share is around the subject of rebirth. This is a time of the rise of the feminine, the rise of the divine feminine, and all of the characteristics that the feminine holds to bring in balance with the divine masculine. So, this is the time of the rise of the feminine, a rebirth, if you will. But this is a deep rebirth that we're going through right now. We always cycle through death and rebirth as we look through nature as fall comes in order to bring the death of the greenery around us, and then it gets rebirthed in the spring. And our lives happen that way as well. When we lose a job, for instance, or a relationship ends, we're always going through that cycle of death and rebirth. This is a little bit more than this, is what Spirit has been sharing with me to share with you. This is a rebirth that is deep. This is a rebirth that we can call out from the womb of the goddess. We are rising. So we have been very busy, especially through 2020, noticing how the old is falling away or quote unquote dying. We are very busy and focused, noticing how those old paradigms that are not really working are falling away. But what Spirit wants us to do through the fall of 2020 and moving forward is to focus on the aspect of creating the new. Creation with a capital C. What are we birthing? Rather than focusing on what is being let go, let's focus on what we are wanting to create. That's where our power lies, especially as we move through this season. So you want to ask yourself, what do you want to create? What do you want the new world to look at? And let's bring focus and intention and awareness to that. We can start with those creative projects within our own lives. Get those creative juices flowing. And Spirit says it doesn't matter if it's something small or something large. It doesn't matter if you're an amateur or a professional. Get those creative juices flowing. What do you want to create? So, things that you can do if you are very creative, do more of that. Sculpt or paint something with meaning, whatever that is for you, whatever the meaning is for you. Give voice, expression, creation. You can do more simplistic things if you're not very creative, like dancing in the kitchen and getting that energy moving towards something positive. You can start to visualize life as you want it, or the planet as you want it to be. Or you can do, again, something so simple as lighting a candle and setting an intention or sharing a prayer for peace. So, whatever you are guided to do, let's shift that focus as we move through fall. Let us also, I just shuffle these beautiful medicine cards, which have the different animal guides on them. So we have one, just do it a couple more times and see if anybody else would like to come forward and share a message for fall. So I was just guided to look at the bottom two here on the deck. And so the first card that flew out of the deck was the Black Panther. So the Black Panther is a wonderful totem or animal friend to lead us out of the shadow and into the light. And as we've spoken about on prior videos, that's really what we are doing now as a collective. And so the Black Panther will help you to find that light, to stay safe and protected as we move through this amazing change that is happening. And as I mentioned, I was guided to look at the bottom two on the deck, even though they didn't flip out. And the bottom two together are the eagle and the grouse. Eagle in the Native American tradition is Great Spirit, is that God, goddess, all that is universal factor of spirit. And so to remember, as we said earlier, spirit is still with us, even sometimes when you're in those lower vibrations and you can't feel that reassurance, to know that spirit is there guiding you every step of the way. And then I just love the message that comes from our last friend here, the grouse, because the grouse is the spiral dance of creation. It could not be a more perfect card for what we're talking about. And that is exactly what Spirit is asking us to get in touch with within ourselves. Individually, we can make a difference. And this is how we start that process. It's the spiral dance of creation. That's the divine feminine within us and all of the aspects that come from that energy of creation. We can make a difference. Starts with within ourselves, making sure that we're taking care of our own well-being, and then starting to focus on what we want to create in the world. And so I wish you so many blessings as we move through this season. Thank you so much for watching.